row in the front.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for your time. You and Kiki have talked a little bit about some of the players being in between in their at-bats, like, wanting to hammer a fastball but guarding against the breaking pitch. How do you change that? How do you fix that this weekend?
You know what? I think, I've been doing a lot of thinking about this. I'm sure our guys too. I think it's more of, all that being said, intent, mechanics. I think right now, when we got to find a way to win one game. And I could dive into my thoughts, but I think at the end of the day, they've just got to compete and fight in the batter's box. And it's one-on-one, the hitter versus the pitcher, and that's it. I think that, that sort of mindset is all I'll be looking for, and, and expect good things to happen from that. Yep.
Sonia, third row in the middle.
Hey, Dave. Could you see any more lineup changes to try to spark something, or is the way you see it, it kind of has to be on those 9 guys to get something?
I might change it up a little bit, but I'm contemplating, but I'm still kind of up in the air, so it could be a little bit of a change.
And you talked yesterday about the possibility of Shohei being available in relief. Could that be as soon as tomorrow, Game 6, or?
We'll see how he comes in tomorrow. But, right now, obviously, when you're facing elimination, then you've got to have those conversations. So whatever it takes for us to win tomorrow, and obviously, Yama's going, and then we're going to do whatever we can to put our best foot forward on the run prevention side, and then on the creation side and scoring runs too.
And this is a hypothetical, since you'd have to get to a Game 7, but if you get there, you don't use him tomorrow to kind of, I guess better use like the two-way rule with him. Would you consider using him as an opener instead of in relief?
I think we'd consider everything, and it's more of just kind of doing whatever we can, Sonia, to get through tomorrow, and then pick up the pieces and then see what's the best way to attack a potential Game 7. So everything should be on the table and will be, for sure.
Questions? We'll go to Bob here on the third row.
Hey, Dave, with everything you guys have gone through this year with the injuries, the pitching problems, on your way out here, did you ever think, hey, it's supposed to wind up this way? It wasn't supposed to be easy? This is only natural?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I'm in good spirits. Our coaches are. What better way to win the World Series in Game 7. But we got to win tomorrow. And, the thing that's encouraging for me is I know I gave our players an option to, not work out today because of, the long series and 18 innings and travel and all that stuff. And not one guy took the option. So that was pretty exciting for me, and just speaks to where these guys are at, that, they realize that the job's not done, and we're going to keep going and keep fighting.
In the back row.
Hey, Dave, you touched on mindset a little bit, so I was wondering, what do you think the right way to approach a back against the wall situation is? Do you need to have that little extra fight with the season on the line, or do you want to keep it not too high, not too low, play the same game as always?
I think elimination games, which we've had a lot of experience with, is all mindset. I really do. It's fight or flight. It's whatever adage or saying you want to kind of come, leave it all out there. It's certainly not war. I'm not trying to compare that to war, but in our world, in our small world of baseball, it is war, and so that's the mindset. For me, it's all mindset.
Kirsten on the left side.
Dave, Freddie was talking about it last night, just kind of going back to 2024, in which the NLDS forcing that, or Game 4, then forcing a Game 5 against the Padres. When you think about just what you guys learned from that one, is there something that either you see in this team that maybe was similar to kind of how you guys were able to fight back in that series to win it, so then, of course, move on? Or what just kind of stands out to you about that moment that you could take into tomorrow?
I think in that moment and other moments like that, the urgency of every play. I think that's something that we're in a position right now, we don't have any margin. And so with that, everything is going to be heightened. So I think that the extra focus that we need to have will be there tomorrow night. And so that's something as a takeaway for me in some of these elimination games.
Back row in the middle of the room.
Hi, Skip. Thank you for your time. Back to Shohei, I'd like to make sure, so you haven't discussed about pitching with him yet.
Not yet. We're going to talk about that today when we're out on the field.
Thank you.
Yes.
Ron here in the front.
Looking back and trying to figure out some of the causes of the hitting struggles, do you think just the format and the week layoff the batters had between games was disruptive from the routine?
You know what, Ron? I don't think so. I don't think so. And you know, even if it was, I wouldn't say it was.
Any more questions for Dave here in the front?
Second bite of the apple, Dave. Can you talk a little bit about when did you guys arrive here? When did the plane land? And
I think the players got here maybe at like 7 a.m., something like that, and then we arrived probably about an hour ago. The coaches.
I guess everybody was sleeping on that flight then.
Oh yeah,
Pretty quiet.
yeah. But they're ready. They're all ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
And we'll take one more question here in the middle on the left side.
Hi, Dave. One more thing about the Shohei. You said everything on the table, but using him as a reliever, the risk is you might lose the DH spot. So I'm just curious. Have you ever talked to Shohei about playing actually outfield potentially?
Yeah, we'll talk about everything. So whatever kind of we'll kind of talk through whatever is the best. So like I said before, you know, if we get to that point, we'll see. But he's not going to play the outfield tomorrow. I do know that. But you know, if we get to Game 7, we'll have a good discussion about everything.
And one more quick one from Ron in the front.
Just wondering, what was the thought process in having the players go right after the game and the staff going the next
That's
day?
just more player driven. They like to get to the cities and kind of get situated.
All right, Dave. Thanks a lot. Appreciate
All right,
you coming
thanks,
in.
guys. Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.
All right, man. So I'm a sneakerhead. I'm looking down at your feet. I see you in Travis Scott's. Just being a Jordan Brand member and obviously on the Diamond, how is that for you?
That's awesome, man. It's amazing. It's really fun. You obviously the cleats and stuff we wear goes without saying, but it's really like kind of the off the field stuff where you get the cleat or the shoes and whatnot before they release, and like the sweatsuits and all these things that you really could rack up spending thousands of dollars on. You know, we get it for free, and so that part's been really cool.
You know, game appreciates game, right? So I always ask players about their favorite players or guys they look at throughout baseball, right? And I have this question where I say, build the mutant baseball player. And you're always mentioned amongst that mutant baseball because you do multiple things. And, you know, congrats to you being a champion, being a great player, MVP, everything that you do. But on the spot, if me and you go to a laboratory and I say, yo, Mookie, man, we got to build a mutant player. They're giving us 4 categories. We need the speed from a guy in the league. We need the glove work from a guy in the league. We need the bat, meaning contact power. And we need the overall look. Let's start off with speed. Who is the guy that we're taking that skill from?
I mean, since he just got called up, I would say Chandler Simpson. Yeah, that's the speed we need.
100 bats. Great. That's great. Yeah. Okay, so let's go with the glove work.
The glove work, I would say. There's a lot of really good gloves out there.
You can go with yourself because I had guys.
I can't go with myself with the glove. I would say glove work is probably gonna be Matt Chapman.
That's nasty.
I think Matt Chapman. Yeah.
That's nasty. Okay, we got the bat. That means power, hitting, everything all combined.
Well, there's 2 people in mind.
Adam.
It would be Shohei and Judgy.
Okay, so
you know,
Shohei Judge. I like that.
Yeah. Either one of them. They're kind of like 1A, 1B with me. I would choose either one of them, but definitely one of those 2.
Okay, and the last thing is the look, meaning, you know, looks the partner. That Judge is usually unanimous. 6'7", you can't go wrong.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I would say. I mean, shoot, they're really one and the same there. The only other person I can think of is Stanton.
True. That's another mutant.
That's another mutant.
I love that, man. 2 quick questions for me. This Dodgers team, man. We're talking about from a historic value. You play for the Red Sox, one of those historic teams, right? But this team is like you walk in the clubhouse, it's an all-star game. And that just shows the greatness of y'all. Can you talk about that just every day going to the clubhouse? You know, you're not only competing against the other team, but you're competing with guys on the team as well. Guys want to be known as the best and do the best and certain things like that.
Yeah, I would say that's the beauty of our team is we do have guys in here that are really good, a lot of guys. But our culture that we've kind of built is one that nobody really cares that it's Shohei or that it's Freddie, myself, Teo, or Tommy Edman, Max Muncy. Nobody really cares who it is as long as we get the job done. We've done a really good job in putting egos to the side and really just focusing on winning the game. And obviously, I can't say we put egos to the side because egos do matter. Like, you still need your ego playing the game, but it's not like nobody here is about me and X, Y, and Z. Nothing's like that. And that's why I love being a Dodgers, because everybody in this organization is just that. Nobody really cares how it gets done as long as it gets done. And that's the reason why I think we're so good.
Everybody can eat. Last question for me, man. So, can't name any teammates in this one. You already got an elite infield, but I'm gonna have you on the spot build an infield as well. I need one catcher. You're playing. You can play everywhere. So we're gonna put you at shortstop.
Okay.
But I need one catcher, one first baseman, second baseman, third baseman. Let's start with catcher. Players throughout the league, either all time or current. You can stick with current if you want to.
I'm gonna stick with current.
Okay, who's the catcher that you want? If we're building the perfect infield, you already got one of the best, but you can't use any teammates.
I'm gonna go with Cal Raleigh.
Yeah,
I like Cal Raleigh.
Got for Seattle, okay, at first. You already got Freddie, but can't use Freddie.
Okay, I think we gotta go with the $500 million man in Vladdy. I'm gonna roll with Vladdy.
Another Team Jordan guy, if I'm not mistaken.
Another Team Jordan guy. Keep it in the family, baby.
There you go. Second base.
Second baseman. Around the league. You know what? I'm gonna go with my homeboy, Ketel Marte. Ketel Marte is he's kind of slept on, but he's always really good.
Like that, Arizona. Okay. Now third base.
I'm gonna have to go back with my boy Chapman, man. Every time he plays third, I love watching him play.
The magician, man. Well, you know, Mookie, just for me, man. Growing up in this game, baseball, loving this game. I appreciate all the dedication.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is a pleasure, man, because I see this guy at every Mavericks game possible. Hometown native of the DFW, Clayton. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Good to be home.
Great, man. So just for you, growing up here in Texas, like myself, who were just some of your favorite baseball players?
Yeah, so the reason I wear number 22 is Will Clark. So that was my, growing up, obviously a Ranger fan, and I played first base being left-handed, and so Will Clark was the Rangers' first baseman at the time, and I've gotten to meet him since then and be around him, and it was kind of a surreal moment to get to see him, and that's why I wear 22.
Will the Thrill, man, one of my favorite as well. You know, one thing I always do is I ask players about their favorite pitchers, right? I do this question on the spot like Mount Rushmore, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to be honest with you. You're always mentioned, especially with some of these young guys. I think that just shows the praise and gratitude that they give you. But for you, if I came up to you and said, Clayton, man, I don't know anything about pitchers, and I need you to put 4 pitchers on the Mount Rushmore, their faces, how does that look?
Well, first one for me has got to be Sandy. Sandy Koufax has got to go on there. He's my favorite. And then, honestly, Nolan Ryan might be on there for me too. Growing up here, I think those two. And then I probably have to stick with lefties and maybe go like Randy Johnson. He might be on there for me. Last one. Is there Mount Rushmore 4?
4.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I've had the 5-headed monster before, but 4. It's supposed to be 4.
4. Honestly, I might go Pedro Martinez, my last one.
Nasty.
Yeah.
You know, for me, obviously, I love going to all-star games, events, and different things, seeing different players. But every day you walk in the clubhouse, man, this rotation, we're talking about possibly an all-time run here with this. When you look at this rotation, see the greatness, got guys like Blake Snell, 2-time Cy Young winner. When you're back, obviously, multi-time Cy Young winner. We got Yamamoto, Sasaki, maybe Shohei is back, right? Glass now. What do you see in the potential of this, pitching style?
Yeah, like you said, there's a ton of talent. There's a ton of the guys that really know how to pitch and compete well. It just comes down to health for us, you know. So if all of us are healthy and clicking at the right time, it could be a really fun year for sure.
Cool. 2 more questions for me, man. So back to our Dallas Mavericks. When you got the news about Luka, I know you're always courtside. You're always at the games. How did you take that?
I was a little confused. I think that was, obviously we're not in there, and so we don't understand, all the ins and outs of what went on in that Luka trade. But, if all I can say is I think they, as great a player as Luka was, and as much as he meant to the city, it kind of felt like they should have gotten more. Not that Anthony Davis is not a great player, because he is a great player, but we're talking 25 to 35. You know, so I don't know. I think everybody's still a little confused, and I guess at the end of the day, only time will tell.
Cool. Last question for me, man. So I'm a gamer. I don't know if you ever been asked this. I'm pretty sure kiddos, I love seeing your kiddos out here, man, doing their thing, but MLB The Show.
Mm-hmm.
When you see yourself on the video game, I'm pretty sure growing up, my era was like the Sega Genesis, on the hardballs, and we had MVP baseball, but MLB The Show is a thing now, right?
Yeah.
When you see yourself on the video game, I'm pretty sure you get screenshots sent to you. How cool is that?
It is cool. I don't play a lot of video games now. Back in the day, for me, it was King Griffey Jr. baseball
Slugfest
on N64. So that was like that was probably the last time I played a baseball game consistently. But I think when we're trying to not do the video game thing yet, but when my boys get older and we start doing it, I think it'll be fun to go back and play all that stuff. It'll be fun.
Love it, man. Well,
All right.
to one DFW got to another, man.
All
I
right.
appreciate the time, brother. This
Appreciate
is
it, man.
great.